Please note that this practice is not ideal for complete beginners, so make sure you really listen to your body. As always, modify, adjust, skip any parts that don't feel good. You are responsible for your own body, for your own practice. I hope you guys enjoy this one. It's a really nice, heart-opening yoga practice for you. So welcome to today's practice. You can lie on your back and with your knees bent, feet on the ground. So make sure your feet are nice and wide and your knees are coming into the center, so you allow your lower back to release here. Placing your hands on your belly or on the ground beside you. And just taking a moment to check in here. You can close your eyes, noticing the breath, noticing the body, how it's feeling today. And when you feel ready, you can start to bring your knees into your chest, grabbing onto your legs, maybe finding a bit of movement, rolling side to side, massaging the lower back, whatever feels right. And placing the feet down, we're preparing for half bridge pose. So make sure that you can feel the heels with the tips of the fingers. Feet are separated hip width distance apart. Bending at the elbows, fingers pointing up towards the sky. Take an inhale here and exhale as you imprint your lower back into the ground. Inhale, lift the hips up towards the sky. Make sure that your bum and your core are active here. And then exhale as you lower down to the ground. Inhale, lifting up again using the power in your thighs and your glutes. And exhale as you lower back down slowly to the ground. Inhale, lifting up, pushing into the elbows, into the feet. Maybe lifting the arms above the head. Exhale here. Take an inhale again, lift up, slightly higher. And then exhale as you lower the hips back down to the ground, followed by the arms. Good. Now bringing the right knee towards the face. Push your right hand into your right thigh. And then lower the right foot back down to the ground. Inhale here. And exhale, left hand into the left thigh. So really trying to find that push. And lower back down, inhale. Exhale, right hand into the right thigh, pushing, finding the activation in the core. Inhale as you lower down. Again, exhale, left hand into the left thigh, pushing the hand into the thigh, thigh into the hand. As you exhale, and then inhale, lower back down and release. Rock and roll over your spine a few times, massaging the back. If it doesn't feel right, feel free to skip it. And then eventually coming into a seated position. And here I invite you to find movement that feel good to the body. So just exploring your own body, your own sensations. Maybe going around in circles, starting to awaken the hips, the spine, maybe rolling the neck around. Doing whatever feels good and really allowing the breath to guide your movement. So really staying connected to that breath. And let's inhale the arms all the way up. And exhale as you drop your right hand to the ground, extend your left arm above your head. Breathe here, keep your chest nice and open, both sit bones grounded. And then inhale back to center, extend. Exhale to the other side. Breathing here. Inhale back to center. And exhale, hands on the ground, coming into table position. Find your alignment here. Hips above the knees, shoulders above the wrists. And finding cat-cow, inhale, drop the belly down, open the chest. Exhale, round into the spine, drop the head. And inhale again, drop the belly down, open the chest, open the throat. Exhale, push into the hands, round your back. Inhale, open up. Exhale and round. Keeping the rounded spine, come onto your fingertips and try to lift that space between the shoulder blades even higher towards the sky. So you're really stretching the upper back here. Drop the neck. Good. And then coming back onto your hands, we're going to take puppy pose from here. So bring the knees back a little bit. Make sure you keep the alignment here. So keeping really the hips above the knees and then walking the hands forwards. Inhale here. And exhale as you drop your heart towards the ground, opening through the shoulders. Inhale, wave it up. Exhale, lower down. Using these movements to find a bit more depth each time. Inhale, coming up. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, lifting up. Exhale, melting the heart down. Staying here, breathing in this position, relaxing the forehead on the ground. Finding a bit of movement if it feels good, otherwise staying still and just feeling the heart melting towards the ground. Feeling the opening in the shoulders, the chest, the armpits. And then coming back up, we're going to take our first downward facing dog of the practice, tucking the toes under, lifting the hips all the way up. Taking any movement in your downward facing dog, bending one knee at a time, making sure the neck is nice and relaxed, pressing into the hands to lift the hips up. And then eventually you want to find stillness in your downward facing dog, really trying to bring the heels towards the ground. And then you're going to inhale, lift the heels high, and exhale as you drop the heels and the hips towards the right. You're stretching the left side body. Inhale back to center, exhale towards the left. Inhale back to center, exhale dropping the heels back down to the earth. Inhale, lifting the left leg all the way up. Exhale here, flexing the foot, toes pointing down towards the ground. Activate the core and lift your leg higher. Take an inhale and exhale as you bring your knee towards your chest, rounding into the upper back and then placing the foot down between the hands. Lower the back knee onto the ground. Inhale, lifting the arms up, interlacing the fingers, if that feels good, into your low lunge. Make sure that your bum and your core are active here to support you in this stretch. If you want, you can come into a small back bend by inhaling, finding length in the side body, and exhale as you reach the fingers back towards the back of the room. Make sure you stay active in your core to support your lower back in this stretch. Inhale back to center. Exhale, hands back down to the ground, lifting the right knee off the ground and then straightening the left leg as much as you can. It doesn't have to come all the way straight. Inhale, open the sternum forward. Exhale as you drop down, closer towards the leg. Inhale, wave it up. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, wave it up. Exhale, back down to the ground, towards your leg. Good, now place your right heel on the ground, preparing for Warrior Two. Find your legs and then lift the arms all the way up into your Warrior Two position. Again, make sure your glutes and your core are supporting you in this pose, and you're finding that nice opening in the left knee, slightly opening towards the back. Inhale, reverse your warrior. And exhale, bringing the right arm, all the way to the front into a side angle. Inhale, as you reverse, left arm back. Exhale, right arm forward, using your core in these movements. Inhale, back, open up. Exhale, side angle, forward. One more time. Inhale, reverse your warrior. And this time, placing your right hand on your right hip. Exhale as you reach your left hand forward in front of your left foot, coming into half moon pose. Taking as many steps as you need. keeping the left knee bent as much as you need. And then really active in your right leg, flexing the foot as if you're pushing the foot into a wall. You can stay here with your right hand on your right hip, or you can lift your right arm towards the sky. And if you want to come into a deeper pose, heart opening pose, you can catch your right foot with your right hand behind you. Trying to press the foot into the hand, opening the heart forward into sugarcane pose. Don't worry if you lose balance, just come back into the pose, be playful. And then back into your half moon pose. Start to reach your right foot all the way back, and you're going to bend your right leg and you'll end up into a side lunge, Skandasana, at the back of your mat. Placing the hands down on the ground, or if you want, coming into this nice heart opener again. So you have your right arm in front of your right leg and your left arm is open towards the sky. You're lifting the chest up towards the sky. Breathing here. Good, and then you're going to eventually sit down onto the ground, and you can either keep your knee lifted or you can place the leg on the ground as if you're coming into Janu Shirshasana. We're going to come into a side body stretch here, so placing the left hand on your right ankle and then extending your right arm towards your left toes. So you're opening the right side body here. It's really deep. Don't worry if you can't catch the foot, of course. Just breathing into the stretch and making sure the chest stays open. And then coming back, this time we're going to come into Janu Shirshasana. So the right leg is bent, the right foot is inside of the left thigh. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, reach towards your left leg. Now, placing the right hand behind you. Inhale, open your heart up. Come up onto your right knee, and then exhale as you lower back down to the ground, coming down towards your left leg. Good, let's move like this. Inhale, open up, right hand behind you, open your chest up, hips up. Exhale, lower the bum back down to the ground into a fold. Very nice, everyone. Inhale as you lift up, opening the heart up. Exhale, lower back down to the ground, forward fold onto that left leg, keeping the length in the spine. And then turning yourself around, placing the hands on the ground, coming into pigeon pose. So you end up with your right leg in front and your left leg behind. Make sure you're really active into your inner thighs and your pelvic floor so you stay nice and buoyant in this pose. Now lifting the side body, you may, if you want, come into a heart opener, shining the heart up towards the sky, making sure you have enough space by lifting the side body, creating space alongside the spine. And then if you want even more, you can start to bend your left leg, bringing your left foot towards your head. And then slowly release back down into full pigeon pose. Forehead onto the mat if that's accessible, or you can stay lifted up. So we're focusing more into the hip opening here. Slowly start to bring yourself back up onto your hands. And slowly making your way into downward facing dog. So you're in your downward dog at the back of your mat. Maybe shifting the hips side to side, relaxing the hips, stretching into the legs. Relax the neck. Roll forward into your plank pose. And then bend your elbows, knees down or up. Lift, lower all the way down to the ground. Extend your legs back, feet active, pressing into the ground. Extend your arms back, interlace your fingers. And start to straighten your arms, lifting your chest. And if you want, adding on the legs as well. So lifting the legs off the ground. Trying to lift from the thighs and really trying to find length here more than height. Feeling the whole back body active, shining the heart forward, pushing back with the feet. Continue to breathe. And on an exhale, you can lower all the way down. You can place your forehead on your hands, maybe shaking the bum from side to side to relax the lower back. And then you can start to place your hands under your shoulders again, push into the ground, lift back up into your downward facing dog. Inhale, coming high onto your toes. Exhale, dropping the heels towards the right. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, heels towards the left. Inhaling back to center. Exhale, heels back down towards the ground. Good. Inhale, lifting the right leg all the way up, flexing the foot, toes pointing down. Activate your right glute to try and lift the leg even higher. Good. Big inhale, and exhale as you bring your knee towards your chest. Create space and place the foot back down onto the ground into a low lunge. Lifting the arms all the way up, making sure you're nice and active in your glutes and in your core. You can interlace your fingers, index fingers pointing up if you want. Inhale, find length. Exhale, maybe going into that small back bend again. Breathing here. Inhaling back to center. Exhale, hands back down to the ground. Lifting the left knee off the ground and extending the right leg as straight as you can. Inhale, shine your sternum forward, find length in your spine. Exhale as you lower down onto the leg. Inhale, wave it up. Exhale, go a little bit deeper into the stretch. Inhale, straighten your spine. Exhale, lower down. This time dropping the left heel to the ground, preparing for warrior two. Lifting the arms all the way up. Finding your pose here, finding your alignment. So again, your glutes are active, your core is supporting you. Inhale, reverse your warrior. Exhale, side angle pose just for a moment. Inhale, reverse your warrior. Right arm back. Exhale, left arm forward, side angle. Using your core in these movements. Inhale all the way back. Exhale, forward. Good. Inhale one more time, reverse your warrior. And exhale, left hand onto the left hip. Reach forward with your right hand, coming into half moon pose. So keeping the right leg as bent as you need, but extending the left leg as straight as you can by pushing the foot back. You can, if you want, lift your left arm towards the sky, coming into your half moon pose, or maybe grabbing the foot behind you, pushing the foot into the hand, opening the chest. Feel free to skip this one. Feel free to skip any part actually. Breathing deeply in this pose. Coming back into your half moon slowly. Bending your standing leg, reaching your left foot all the way back and sliding towards the back of the mat, well, to the front, into your side lunge skandasana, keeping the hands on the ground, or again taking the variation of opening the chest. So really using your left arm to push against your left leg. And then sitting down onto your bum, keeping the left leg in this position, or coming into a Janu Shirshasana position with your legs. And again, reaching the left arm towards the right toes and trying to keep the chest nice and open in this variation. So your left bum cheek is going to lift off the ground. That's perfectly fine. Just making sure the chest stays lifted. And then inhale, coming all the way back to center. Exhale here, placing the left foot inside of the right leg into a Janu Shirshasana pose. Inhale, extend, exhale as you fold. Good. Inhale, you're going to place your left hand behind you, open your chest, open your hips. Big inhale here, and then exhale as you lower the hips back down to the ground, come back into your forward fold. Inhale again, left hand behind you, lift up, open up. Exhale, lower back down, all the way into Janu Shirshasana. Inhale, again open up, lifting the heart, lifting the hips. And exhale, lower the bum back down to the ground and fold over your right leg. Start to come back up, twisting yourself back to the front of the mat and making your way into pigeon pose. So extending your right leg back behind you, finding that buoyancy again in your pose. So the glutes and the core are active. Feel free to go into a back bend, but don't feel the need to if you don't feel like it. Make sure you find the length in your spine first. Inhale and then exhale as you reach the chest up and maybe bending the right leg, bring the foot towards the head. Slowly lower down and then make your way into pigeon pose, coming onto your forearms, maybe forehead down to the ground. Whatever variation feels best. Slowly start to come back, making your way into your downward facing dog again. Shaking the hips from side to side if you need to. And then rolling yourself forward into a plank position again. Lower all the way to the ground. Use your arms as you lower down. Good. Extend the feet back. Legs are active. Top of the feet pressing into the ground. Reaching the arms back into your Shalabhasana. Reaching the fingers back. And if you want, you can start to bend your legs, trying to bring your feet closer towards your bum. So reaching here at the moment, not grabbing anything. And then if you feel like it, you can, if you want, grab your ankles with your hands and then pressing the feet into the hands as you're lifting the feet up towards the sky. Make sure that, again, the glutes are active, finding that opening, reaching the heart forward. Continue to breathe. And on an exhale, lower everything down to the ground. Placing the hands under the shoulders, push yourself back into a child's pose. And just relax here for a moment. Allowing the energy from this heart opener to settle back down. And slowly start to lift back up. We're going to sit down onto our mat. So making your way and then all the way down onto your back, bringing your knees with you for a moment. Feeling into your lower back. And then we're going to lift the legs all the way up towards the sky, doing a little bit of ab work here to reintegrate the core. So take a deep inhale here, legs super straight, and exhale as you lower the right leg down towards the ground. Inhale back up, exhale left leg down towards the ground. Good, make sure your lower back stays on the ground. Inhale up, exhale right leg, exhale, inhale, sorry, up, exhale lower left leg, inhale up, exhale right leg down. If you want to add on, you can lift the chest off the ground. Continue moving in this way, moving with your breath. Exhale as you lower the leg down. Inhale, lifting back up. Exhale, lower down. Lifting the shoulders off the ground if you want to add on. Staying nice and active in your core. Continue moving in this way. And then inhale, legs straight up. And exhale as you lower your legs as far down as you can, keeping the chest and the head lifted off the ground. Breathe. Stay with it. And bring the feet back down on the ground. Shifting the knees from side to side. Relax. Relaxing the neck. And just massaging the lower back here. And then bring the knees back into the chest. Let's come into a twist. So you can open your arms wide and then shift your knees towards the right. You can, if you want, look towards the left. And just start to settle here. Breathing into the lower belly. Coming back to a natural breath. Bringing the knees back to center. And then shifting the knees to the other side, towards the left. The more you're going to have the knees towards your face, the more it's going to stretch your lower back. So feel free to readjust. And then eventually bring the knees back into the chest. You can interlace your arms around your legs one more time if that feels nice. Giving yourself a nice warm hug. Maybe kissing your knees with your face. And then eventually coming down into Shavasana, the final resting pose. Taking as much space as you need, as you have. Relaxing here, palms of the hands facing up towards the sky, legs extended wide. Taking a moment to relax into this final pose. Nowhere else to go, nothing more to do. Allowing the whole entire body to let go. And feel free to stay here for as long as you need. I advise you stay a few minutes if you can. Thank you so much for practicing with me today.